So Ben Rector, we had you with us on the Today Show as our Music of the Artist of the Month back in January, several months ago. And I'll never forget the day. I mean, here we are at NBC, this huge television network that's been there for, standing tall for 100 years, maybe, whatever. You walk in, just you and your guitar. And the security people were like, you're with who? Because when the artists show up, they usually bring a posse of 25 people.
Right.
You don't like to travel that way.
I really don't. And I think, I started out in college, like I drove myself to shows, and it kind of grew slowly from there. And I think I was in a lot of situations that were odd, and sometimes I feel like when I have a lot of people with me, I feel like I have to manage them almost, make sure they're having a good time.
Right.
And I feel like the more I've done this, the more I realize I kind of got to preserve my energy. And so a lot of times people that I work with think that I'm crazy. They're like, for some of the radio stuff, I'm like, hey, I just want to drive myself. And
like today, you walked to the interview.
Right. And so I feel like some radio people are like, are you driving yourself? And I'm like, yeah. And you'd think that I said I had fashioned a canoe and rode there. And it's like, no, I don't know. And so I'm more comfortable doing that.
And now refreshing from our point of view, because we deal with all sorts of different types on the spectrum of artists.
Well,
so this is your 6th studio album.
Yes.
And your other 5, I'm assuming, you did not work with a record company or music company?
That's right.
So why would you choose that road, or was that road chosen for you? And why now working with a record company? And can I have another follow-up question so I can stack them up?
Keep going. So I want to make sure I know what you're asking. So you're asking why choose the road of staying independent?
Yeah, you were independent for all these years, but now all of a sudden you're like our friend Crazy Joe Rainey down there. Hi, Joe.
Is Mike hot?
Yeah, it's hot. Okay, so I want to hear.
You just did a Justin Bieber cover on Elvis Duran. I did. You're with a major label now.
Right. You just seem so independent in your thinking and the way I'm assuming you live your life. Sure. Now you're with a music company. What's going on in your life?
So I think realistically, things went definitely better. I'm generally pessimistic, which at first people think is endearing, and then they're like, you're crazy. But I'm a little bit pessimistic, and so things have gone better than I thought they would. But also, doing things independently is just a remarkable amount of work. The whole, you have to rebuild the business every record cycle. You have to come up with a new tour and a new album and a new way to promote it. And I had done that for a while, since I was 18. I'm 29 now. And I think I was like, man, this has grown more than I thought it would, and maybe it's time to see if a bigger team can help me out, because the people I'm fortunate to work with as far as management and booking and all of that kind of stuff are fantastic, but there's a finite number of them, and this is such a big world if you want to participate in the mainstream.
I guess so. Gone are the days of staying in trashy hotels and sleeping in your car.
Well, I'll be real, I'm not above that, but I super fortunately have not had to do as much of that lately. But right. if I had someone told me I had to do that, I'd be like, all right.
Because we do have a cot in the back room.
If that's what I need to do, I could do that.
Okay.
Wow. So where were you last night?
Last night, because
you have a stamp on your hand.
Oh, so my hotel is right by the Rockwood Music Hall.
Right. What is that?
It's so I've actually never been there, but I've heard about it, and there's 2 really small venues right next to each other. And so I was coming back from dinner, and I see these guys playing, and I didn't have any cash, and so I talked to the door guy. I was like, is there a cover? And he's like, no. He was like, just pick which one you want to go in. And I was like, how great.
So you got to hang out and watch some music last night.
Yeah, it was awesome. I stayed for a couple songs, but it was just fun to see. I've heard all about that place, and I've never, when I started playing in New York, I played at different places. So
this is a true musician.
Yeah.
So we like I said before, we interview all shades of musicians, and some are more into the choreographed staging and glitz.
You're trying to be so careful.
And swag.
Which that's a skill. It's
not
a skill
saying
set.
there's anything wrong with it. Yeah. It's show business. You just seem, when I sit here next to you, we don't know each other that well at all, but I feel like we're getting the real you right here, and there's no.
That's the only me that I'm good at doing. So
isn't that great?
For better or worse.
Yeah.
When you hear someone's music and you know you're getting the real deal.
Yeah.
I think that's my point.
He's like the guy you want to go on the date with, because he's not putting up any airs. This is him. He's not going to do something stupid 2 months later that I didn't know about.
Right. Well, I also know that he has a wedding ring on his left hand.
That's not what I mean. I'm just,
what you mean.
I'm using it as that.
And you're married too.
You know what I mean, Ben, right? Thank you. Thank you.
I know. Ben Rector, by the way, he just performed, and when you listen to us again on the replay iHeartRadio's apps, the app, you will hear him performing for us. His 6th studio album, Brand New, is available now. Well, welcome to the show. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me, man. This is a big deal, and I'm excited to be here.
And I want to say a little personal thank you to everyone on our show for not making the Ben Rector joke.
I had to bite my tongue, Elvis.
All day, I said, if one of you, if one of you makes the Rector, I didn't even know her joke.
That's why I've been so quiet.
I don't know what this says, but it's so funny. So we've been doing promo this week. I literally have not thought about that since like maybe high school, and hold on, and I have talked about it in every radio station.
Really?
They're like, talk about your name, and the very first person that said that, I was like, I thought he was talking about like, where is it from? And I was like, I don't know. And he was like, I mean, come on, they gave you a hard time in middle school, and I was like, yes, they did.
There it is.
Yes.
Well, Froggy in our Miami studios, you can see him on that screen over there. He's the worst offender. And I said, Froggy, do not make the Rector, I didn't even know her joke.
Yeah, you actually threatened me and said, if you make that joke, you will be looking for another job.
It's your last day working. And then
so
the other
can I
joke
make it now or no?
The other joke is, Rector, I damn near wrecked her. Well, wait a minute.
No joke. Funny. That's what the guy in Albany said.
Okay, well, there you go. Let's keep it in our state.
There's a whole thread with management when we were setting this all up, and the title of the in the subject line is Elvis Gets Wrecked.
Oh Lord, I'm so sorry.
No, it's totally fine.
It's not. It really isn't. But coming from you, I think we are okay.
Yeah.
Totally. Ben Rector again. Brand New is the album. I want you to purchase it today. Ben Rector, everyone.